Page 180. Oseh Shalom Bimroma Hu Ya'aseh Shalom Aleinu Ve'al Kol Yisrael Ve'al Kol Yoshvei Oseh Shalom Bimromav Ya'aseh Shalom Aleinu Ve'al Kol Yisrael Ve'al Kol Yoshvei Tevel Ve'imeru Amen. Oseh Shalom Bimromav Ya'aseh Shalom Aleinu Ve'al Kol Yisrael Ve'al Shalom Bimromav Ya'aseh Shalom Aleinu Ve'al Kol Yisrael Ve'al Kol Yoshvei Tevel Ve'imeru Amen. Oseh Shalom Bimromav Ya'aseh Shalom Aleinu Ve'al Kol Yisrael Ve'al Kol Yoshvei Tevel Ve'imeru Amen. We turn our thoughts to those who are in need of healing, of body, of mind, of spirit, those struggling from grief, those struggling with addiction, those who we keep in our hearts and our minds. As my hand crosses the room, I invite you to say the names of those you're thinking of in this moment.
The Mishnah is on page 371. Misheberach Avoteinu Mekor HaBracha Leimotenu May the source of strength who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say Amen.
The congregation is thinking of Batya Peters, Sandra Goldberger, Rich Zabridger, Robert Bergman, Ron Victor, Prue Victor, Marilyn Katz, Tamara Herman, Stacy Stoffer, Lenny Sue Master, Vicki Kaufman, Bob Steinfeld, Linda Stahl, Joan Picken, Diane Gilden, Debbie Heisman, Tyler Draw, Sherry Eschel, Linda Rawson, Bobby Gustafson, Jack Siegel, Val Swisher, Judy Sutton, Bernice Paris, Ellie Johnson, Sharon Kaplan, Shelley Jarzina, Cassie Bat Shelley, Leah Bat Rivka, artist Jack Now, Laura Bernal, Anthony O'Connor, Alison Coven, Harav Gita Dalia Bat Reuven Veyafa, Amit Ben Kamen Halevi Vishlomit, Phyllis Schwartz, Mark Bayer, Nancy Ohm, Andrea Kasson-Milstein, Gary Corman, Harav Talia Leah, Batzbracha, Shena, Veruven HaKohen. We'll close out the Misha Berach together, continuing on page 371.
Misha Berach Imotenu Mekor HaBracha Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen.
Send blessings for a full and speedy healing. Refuah shlema umehera. Shabbat Shalom. It's good to be with you all. I'm of the opinion that Jewish practice is at its best when we acknowledge how embodied it is. Those times in ritual, in prayer, and in action, when we allow ourselves to feel our spirituality with every part of our physical selves. Because Judaism is not a religion just of the mind, but it is something we can feel up from our head and down to our toes. I'm thinking, of course, of our ECC kids who are learning now, heads, shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes. Because Judaism is not just something we think or feel, but something that we can do every day. This shows up all the time in our sacred texts and in our ancestral practices. When we bend our knees and bow in prayer, dipping oneself into a body of water before a conversion or a sacred moment, wearing a talit over our bodies to feel the divine presence on our skin. And Judaism, in particular, has an awful lot to say about hands. Within Jewish texts, hands are our tools to perform mitzvot, God's commandments in the world. They are our tools to engage fully with the world around us and for us to influence our surroundings. Those of you who are here on Shabbat morning might notice that Cantor Devorah and I will sometimes open our hands and lift them up towards the sky when we recite the Ashrei. This is a Jewish spiritual practice that comes from the words we recite in that prayer, Poteach et yadecha umasbia lechol chai ratzon, which translated means, you, God, open your hands and feed all according to their needs. When we open our hands, we mimic the Holy Blessed One, God, who opens hands so as to feed the world. And this is echoed in our Parsha this week, Re'eh. Twice, we learn about the importance of opening our hands in imitation of God's generosity. In one instance, our Parsha says, there will never cease to be those in need in your land, which is why I, God, command you, open your hand to the poor and the needy close to you in your land. And in another instance, rather, you must open your hand and give whatever is sufficient to meet the needs of those around you. In both of these examples, the Hebrew doubles the verb open, patoch tiftach, as if to say, don't just open your hands, but intensified, give freely. The hands are a gateway for mitzvot in this world. There's even a whole Mishnah, a whole Jewish legal text called Yadayim, which means hands, that's dedicated to the ways that hands can spread ritual purity and impurity. In other words, our hands have great power to do good in this world, and we are the drivers of that choice. In the particular case of Re'eh, we see hands as a vehicle for giving, for correcting the great need that exists in the world. There is an acknowledgement, one we know all too well, that there are those in this world who have so much and those who have so little. The Hasidic master, Rabbi Nachman of Breslov, teaches us on our parsha, and charity is always a beginning. As it says in Deuteronomy, open, you shall open. Even where an opening and a beginning already exist, charity opens more and more, widening the opening further. Rabbi Nachman argues here in this quote that giving leads to more giving. A commandment leads to another commandment. Opening our hands once leads us to want to do so more and more. I think this argument feels intuitive. There is often a startup energy required to develop habits. Everything from creating a routine of exercise to giving charitably to those in need. In that spirit, Rabbi Nachman goes on, quote, when a person wants to embark upon a particular path, they need to open themselves in order to enter that path. As our rabbis teach, all beginnings are difficult because at the beginning one must break through and open a new entrance. Rabbi Nachman says that to make the opening, to open one's hands, is in and of itself challenging because all beginnings are difficult. A famous rabbinic maxim. The opening of one's hands might meet our resistance, either physical, mental, or spiritual. But Rabbi Nachman concludes, yet the remarkable power of charity is that it can widen and open the opening more and more. For charity is the beginning of all beginnings, for it opens and widens all the entrances. Rabbi Nachman speaks here of the power of habit, of embodied ritual, of over and over again opening our hands to give to others, that we have the ability to overcome our limitations by doing the hard work of opening our hands, by insisting that we will continue to perform mitzvot in our lives, even if, and especially if, it is hard. But I want to be clear, this is not a high holiday appeal that I'm giving you right now. I'll let Stuart do that on Yom Kippur. What I am saying, we just talked about what he was going to say, so yeah, to offer to you. What I am saying, though, instead, is that we need to all do the work of breaking through our own perceived limitations by acting through our individual bodies to do the work of holiness in the world, to give to others without limit, to give care by cooking a bowl of chicken soup for someone sick, to drive someone to a doctor's appointment when they cannot do it themselves, to dial the phone and check in on someone who you know is suffering, to use our hands to perform and enact goodness in a world that is so often, if not always, in need. May we all enter and leave this Shabbat knowing that our hands hold the power to change the world, that we have agency to effect change. Our spirituality does not and cannot only live in our prayer services and Torah study, but must lead to action, ritual action that fills our hearts and souls from the tops of our heads to the bottom of our toes. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
We'll turn to the Aleinu on page 586. Cantor Deborah, maybe you can open the ark. I'll get you we'll get you a lollipop afterwards. We will join in together in the words on page 588. Please rise as the ark is opened.
Ki Adonai Hu Elohim V'hashevota
seated. We turn our thoughts to those we've lost at this moment and in years past. If you are in the first 7 days of mourning, Shiva, I invite you to rise and share with us who you are remembering. If you are in the first 30 days of mourning, Shloshim, I invite you to rise and share with us who you are remembering. If you are in the cycle of the first year of mourning, I invite you to rise and share with us who you are remembering. If you have a yard site this week, an anniversary of someone's passing, I invite you to rise and share with us who you are remembering. We remember loved ones whom death has recently taken from us. Lisa Carden, Harold Siegel, Ria Zobel, Susanna Kuzis, Betty Perlmutter, Barbara Aronowitz, Joel Sternman, Herschel Richter, Gwen Nemhauser, Ellen Seiss, Benjamin Hubbard, Dave Stahl, Arthur Malman, Barbara Conroy, Linda Marks Turboff, Bob Sherman, Karen Robinson, Jay Brill, Lee Howell, Kevin O'Connor, Joseph Sutton, Saul Levine, Deborah Brody, Paula Eppinger, Marsha Cohn-Spiegel, Michael Lieberman, Paxton Cooper Sr., Kelly Lipsy, Jack Meltzer, Isaac Zareski, Susie Zuckerman-Gullett, Barbara Campos, Lucille Friedland, Michael Dorfman, Norman Whitkin, Joel Ash, Beverly Willits, Roger Scott, Lillian Statfield, Martin Fenster, Michael Goldman, Tucker Sanders, Judy Verratti, Al Parker, John Gittleman, Eileen Wolk, Berdine Coven, and those who died of this season in years past, Abraham Ball, Arthur Siegel, Charles Felder, Fusayo Gawa, Harriet Pink, Helene Sonnenschein, Morris Wisnia. Now you may support our community by standing or sitting, as is your custom, joining us with your voices or your hearts for Kaddish Avelim, the Mourner's Kaddish, on page 598. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, be'alma divra cherutei ve'amlich malchutei, b'chayechon u'vyomechon u'v'chayei dechol beit Yisrael, ba'agala u'vizman kariv ve'imru amen. Yehei shmei Rabbah mevarach le'alam olamei almaya, yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh, V'yit adar, v'yit ale, v'yit halal, shmei de kudesha b'richu, le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, da'am iran be'alma v'imru amen, yehei shlama rabba min shemaya, v'chaim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen, oseh shalom b'mromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'al kol Yoshvei Tevel, v'imru amen. May the memories of your dear ones always be a blessing in your life. Yehei zichram baruch. You may be seated. Wow, the announcements want to give themselves, it seems. We actually, Matt Brunnings was going to be here tonight, and he was going to give the announcements, but he's not here in the end, unfortunately. He couldn't make it. He'll be here tomorrow morning. Do we have a brave volunteer? Joy, do you want to use your past presidential privilege and give us our announcements? To the mic, you know?
I can talk pretty loud.
Oh,
sorry.
for that.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
I will highlight a few announcements, but you can
There's a
find
script.
all these events and more on our website at shirhadash.org. Upcoming Saturday, tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. Tot Shabbat, led by Cantor. 9:15 Torah study, led by Rabbi Rafi. 10:30 Shabbat service and bar mitzvah of Ezra Karlinsky, led by Rabbi Rafi and Cantor Devorah. On Tuesday, the 11th at 5:30, Lador Vador info session. In the Lador Vador program, volunteers read Jewish-themed books to our Kolano students. If you're interested in joining this fall, come to our info session. Where's it going to be?
It's going to be in the Oneg room, I want
There
to
you
say.
go. In the Oneg
Rachel
room.
is somewhere over there, can tell you for sure.
Also on Tuesday at 7 p.m., there's Poetry Assembly. This will be online. Join Rabbi Julia Noblock and Rabbi Rafi Ellenson for close readings, deep listening, and our own writing. No poetry experience is required. Begins on Wednesday, August 12th, 6 p.m., Elul class with Rabbi Rafi. Rabbi Rafi will open the world of Hasidic and Neo-Hasidic teaching, where mystics and modern seekers have drawn on this verse to explore what it means to come close to God, to ourselves, and to one another. And looking ahead, we have a preview Friday, August 14th, 5 p.m. is our back-to-school Shabbat. This very special Shabbat will feature an extended bounce house schmooze, an extended schmooze with a bounce house. I think that's what that means. A special blessing for teachers and students, and a delicious barbecue. Rabbi Emerita Aaron, get all that put together, will also be attending, so you won't want to miss it. On Saturday the 15th at 12:15, Elul teaching and a Kiddush lunch with Rabbi Aaron. Join Rabbi Emerita Melanie Aaron for a Kiddush lunch, followed by the first of 3 Elul teachings. This session will focus on Musar considerations during Elul. And lastly, on Saturday, August 15th at 5 p.m., Young Adults Back to School Bash. Shir Hadash is excited to relaunch its 20s and 30s programming with Back to School Bash. Enjoy nostalgic bites, compete in trivia, and put together snack bags for Jewish family services. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
You want to take that as a little souvenir? Okay, whatever. We will sanctify the day with Kiddush. I invite you to rise in body or in spirit on page 122. We'll take a moment to find that extra breath of Shabbat again. The neshama yetera, the neshima yetera, that extra soul, that extra breath. No matter how you're entering Shabbat, just take one moment to fill our cup of Kiddush with a joyful memory of this week. Vayerev vayvoker yom hashishi, vayechulu hashamayim ve'haaretz, v'chol tzevam, vayechal Elohim bayom hashvi, melachto asher hasa, vayishpot bayom hashvi, mikol melachto asher hasa. Well, you can all nod, it's a funny noise in the background. Vayevarech Elohim bayom hashvi, vayikadesh oto, Kivo Shavat mikol melachto, asher bara Elohim la'asot savri. With even more energy, all the energy you got, savri. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu v'shabbat kodsho v'ahava uvratzon hinchilanu zikaron lemase v'reishit ki hu yom techila למקראי קודש, זכר ליציאת מצרים. כי בנו בחרת, ואותנו קידשת, עם כל העמים, בשבת קודשך, באהבה וברצון הנחלתנו. ברוך אתה אדוני מקדש השבת. אמן. לחיים. Huge thanks to our AV and to Shachar for a beautiful, beautiful accompaniment. We'll take a moment to bless one another. I invite you to get close to your family, chosen or otherwise, while we bless our closing benediction. Yivarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha. May God bless you and may God keep you. Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'yichuneka. May God's face shine upon you, be lifted up to you. Ya'er Isa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom. May God's face always, always, always be lifted up to you, and may you know only peace. Shalom Rahav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rahav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Ki Hata Melech Adon Lechol HaShalom. Ki Hata Melech Adon Lechol HaShalom. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. V'tov beinecha levarech et amcha Yisrael bechol עת ובכל שעה בשלומך. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Tasim Leolam. Tasim Leolam. Shabbat Shalom. Let's go over and make